What is your stance on Social Security? Well, it's a Ponzi scheme. And, it's a situation that was set up where you pay in and you pay in and you pay in. And if you live long enough to retire, then you get out what they say they'll give you. Uh, it is a Ponzi scheme. So your money is not being put in its own account. It's just being thrown into a central, fund and then given out as needed. And the problem is there's no accountability there because as the natural age as the age of the average age expectancy goes up, which means that the longer people are retired and on Social Security for longer periods of time, which means that you see the number of people getting on or collecting Social Security continues to outstrip the number of new people paying into Social Security, which makes it unsustainable, which is why Ponzi schemes are illegal. It's why pyramid schemes are illegal. So, interesting fact, if you or I were to set up a retirement plan and we structured it verbatim exactly the same way that Social Security is set up, we would go to jail for racketeering and Ponzi scheming. So the question is, now that tens of millions of Americans rely on Social Security, now what? Because sure, we can say as libertarians, okay, end Social Security right now. It's unsustainable and it should have never been. Sorry, Grandma, no more checks for you. That's going to lead to massive amounts of harm, which not only is bad, but also from a political standpoint, all those people are going to hate us and vote against us. So it's not politically feasible, nor I'm not sure I'd argue it's moral to just end Social Security. These are people that paid into Social Security. It's not their money they're getting back. It's someone else's, but they paid into it. And it is what it is. So I believe that what we need to be doing, and this is Joe's plan as well, allow people to opt out of Social Security so that we can slowly wean people off over time from the system so that eventually we're not dealing with Social Security anymore. But Joe and I know Joe does not have any appetite or desire to start kicking people off the plan. If there are people that are abusing the plan or something like that, or they're defrauding it, that's one thing. But people who paid into it, they're retired. Here's another perfect example. You're going to tell an 85-year-old to pull themselves up by their bootstraps after they gave almost half of their income to the federal government their entire life. So it is a problem. And the idea is to let people opt out of it slowly over time so that eventually this is not a problem.